Jennifer from Belladonna's Botanicals, and I'm here with your December 2023 Witchy haul. So these are all things that I've picked up in the past month. We'll be back in January with a new episode, but I just wanted to show off what awesome things I've got, or at least some of them. Not pictured my post-Halloween haul from Michael's Arts and Crafts, and probably a couple of a dress from Killstar. I wore it in a video. It's just a black dress. Nothing too. I'm not really one for doing like fashion try-on videos, but at least not yet. Maybe when I lose another 20 pounds, I will. But anywho, without further ado, we're going to get into the first part of the video, and that is going to be for crystals. I've got to be careful with this box. So what do we have? All right. Kind of organized it. So the first, I need a table here. I sort of have a little bit here next to me, but we're just going to be moving things around and hoping things don't fall over because that would make me sad. And now for something completely different. So the first stone we have, this is called Rubelite or Rubelite. This is like a palm stone, so it's got like a nice weight to it. And this is sorry about that. My camera decided to go out of focus for an extended period of time after I showed you a close-up of the Dianite. Or not Dianite, Rubelite. Dianite's next. So Rubelite is a tourmaline mineral with subtle red tones. So we can kind of see that a little bit in those flecks there. But not all red tourmalines are Rubelite. So that's one thing to keep and take into account, I guess is the right word. So Rubelite is good for the heart chakra, for healing emotional wounds. It's good for attracting love, especially if you want to clear out any karmic love bonds that might exist and any karmic debts related to love and relationships. It's good for reconnection and rediscovery, courage, and protection. So that is Rubelite. It's not a super common stone, but I did pick up a piece recently for... ghosted out there for a second for Black Friday. So now this is the Dianite. Usually Dianite is, oops, I don't want to drop it because it was rather expensive. It's usually fairly blue. I do have another piece that I got a month or two ago that's more brown. You can see it with brown inclusions, but typically like a really good like specimen is going to be blue like this. I mean, it's got like a very oceanic kind of vibe to it. So, yeah. Sorry, my hands are really beat up. I get a lot of like eczema and like cuts on my hand. Only here. Don't ask. Anyways, so Dianite comes from the Siberian region of Russia, and it's a combination of blue jade, quartz, tremolite, and blue amphibial. It gets its name Dianite after Princess Diana because it was discovered in 1997, which was the year she died, and it was named to honor her because of her blue eyes. So what the stone does, it helps to activate psychic abilities, intuition. If you're working with like your emotional intelligence, it's good for working with your angels. If you work with the angelic realm, a lot of crystals seem geared more towards the angelic realm. When I say, pardon me, I just knocked over a bunch of stuff under my desk. A lot of crystals, when they talk about like, oh, spirit stuff, it's always like working with angels. So take that for what you will. It's good for the third eye, crown, and throat chakras and cosmic communication. So if you're looking to channel from the spirit world or, you know, doing anything with mediumship, this would be a great stone for that. So I have two Malachite specimens I got, and they're very different. But and these two I got at Kindred Spirits shop, which is down the street from me. This one I also got at Kindred Spirits. This actually like there we go. I mean, this is more of like a raw specimen, but it's got such a brilliant sheen to it. This I also got at Kindred Spirits. And to show you my comparison, this is a Malachite slab. And this one I got at Handmade Mystic. They have locations in Saucon and Lower Saucon at the Promenade, and also up in Whitehall, PA, their new shop. I got this at their Lower Saucon one. So this is a really beautiful kind of polished malachite slab. I got it because I like how this would almost be really good for like scrying, because you kind of have that circle in the center. So malachite is good for the heart chakra. A lot of green stones are associated with the heart chakra because the color of the heart chakra is green. It's good. I use it a lot for money manifestation, like wealth stuff in that aspect. It's good for divine feminine and anything related to feminine healing or reproductive stuff of that nature. So you can also use it to, if you're doing work with your higher self. And one of the things I like, I may have mentioned this before because I've got some other malachite recently, is malachite figures heavily into Slavic witchcraft and folklore. It's highly protective. I mean, that's one of the things we don't, when we think of protection stones, we usually think of the black stones, but malachite is very protective. But there's a story called the Malachite Maiden, which is about this sort of entity that guards the malachite mines in probably in like Eastern Europe, Russia, that area. So all right, what do we have next? All right, well, not quite that one yet. Let me see. All right, so next we have, I believe this is pink tourmaline. It's very hard to tell. Like the person said it was amethyst, but I don't think it's amethyst. Like it's got different inclusions. Like it's either like a blend of like lepidolite and pink tourmaline or something else. Lepidolite is good. Lepidolite is high in, if it is lepidolite is high in lithium, which is, something that people use medication wise for like balancing moods and stuff like that. Now I wouldn't go lick this or use it in a water infusion, but if you're working on mood-based stuff to kind of find that balance, lepidolite is good. Pink tourmaline, a lot of pink stones are also like green stones associated with the heart chakra and love. So pink tourmaline is good for heart chakra, unconditional love. It's also the divine feminine, emotional healing, creativity, and it's good for balancing energies. So if you happen to know what the stone is, because I that would be my guess, would be based on other specimens I have, either pink tourmaline or lepidolite or a mix thereof, because it does have some mica kind of look. The one thing I do like about this tower is how it kind of bevels in the middle. Most towers don't do that, so that is something new. Pink tourmaline. Next, reaching into my bag, my crystals and try not to knock them over. So this is a really beautiful specimen of rainbow fluorite. It actually doesn't do it justice. It's so translucent. And then that's kind of the druzy part of it there. But yeah, you can't, with the way my lighting is in here, you can't really see the translucency that well. But I like rainbow fluorite. That is a really good stone for like working with anxiety, stress relief, creativity, focus, and concentration for, us ADHD homies. It's also another one that's good for the heart chakra. I don't think because of the colors in it with the blue and the green and the purple, like it also might go into like the throat and crown chakras as well. So the next one here, and the rainbow fluorite and pink tourmaline, I both got at Handmade Mystic. This I also got at Handmade Mystic at their grand opening. And this is a beautiful cluster of blue phantom quartz. Like it looks like a little crown. It's very delicate because, the bottom is, there you go. But it's very gorgeous. I love it. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I get like a Lemurian kind of Atlantean feel to it, but that's just me. And if you can hear in the background, Corey is singing to us. So blue phantom quartz is good for peace and wisdom. It calls in your guides and spirits. Again, angelic connection. What's cool about phantom quartz and why it's called phantom quartz, sometimes, or ghost, is that it's kind of got, let me show you, the ghost point outline that's visible with the solid quartz points. So you can kind of see where it's, the blue is more on the tips of it. And then this has a lot more, what the technical term for is, I'll say crusty bits. Like that sort of frosted, almost like it looks like ice, like it's frozen. It's got that sort of thing to it. So there's different types of phantom quartz. I have other ones. I just really like the specimen. Is the so the next is, I had to replenish some blue stones because my brother and my niece came over, and everyone in my family has like a particular color thing that they're obsessed with. So my brother rated all my blue stones. So these are blue tiger's eye. I got 3. They're just little tumbles to replenish the ones that went missing. So blue tiger's eye is considered to be a priestess stone. It's good for the throat chakra, third eye chakra, and it's good for communication, protection, wisdom, any kind of like journeying or like visionary work, and anything having to do with your intuition. Blue stones usually associated with the throat chakra are good for communication, speaking your truth, that sort of thing. So I'm just kind of putting some of the stuff back in my little bin here because I don't want to damage anything. Because some of those are a little delicate. And then the other tumbles I got, because I only have a large heart for this, but I got some blue apatite tumbles. Put these into like a crystal grid. Blue apatite is good. This is the irony. It's apatite is spelled different than like the I'm hungry appetite. This is APATITE. But it's also good for weight loss or gain, depending on your situation, digestive issues. Otherwise, it is a blue stone, so it could be associated with the throat chakra, for communication, speaking your truth. It's also good for spiritual wisdom and divine guidance. So those are my little blue apatite tumbles. And here come my idiot cats. And lastly, well, no, sorry, I lied. Not lastly, on the crystal spectrum, I believe this is zebra jasper. It might be mixed with some other things because that almost looks like the markings of like flower agate. I think it's a jasper. Could be an agate. I don't know. It's also got some druzy, and druzy is this kind of raw, sparkly bits. So this is like a tower. I also got this at Handmade Mystic as well in Whitehall. And so I'm going with this is zebra jasper. I could be wrong, but zebra jasper is a great manifestation stone. It's good for determination, inspiration, grounding during meditation, and stress relief. I'm just putting all that in there. So lastly, I don't actually have the stones with me because I used them in something. I'm going to admit a secret here. Sometimes I order things solely to see how they're packaged because like I kind of like these little, this I got on the Ritual as in WRITUAL website. They have a lot of planners and stuff, but this is, they do little, this is their Law of Attraction collection stones. But what I got it was to see how they package it. So I think this is actually the type of packaging that's used for like candies or something because it's got the little individual slats in it. So if you happen to see anything in the future that uses this kind of boxes, this is why. There's all different types of packaging, and sometimes it's hard to know like what's going to work for you. So in this packet, the stones are in my manifestation box right now, but these are the Law of Attraction collection. So it had clear quartz for asking, for like setting your attention, Amazonite for trusting the universe, trusting the process, and amethyst for releasing resistance and allowing those things to manifest. And then fluorite, this was more of a green fluorite than the rainbow one I just showed, and that is for manifestation as well. So a lot of places sell these little kind of like, thematic crystal kits and stuff. I just wanted to see how it was packaged. That's all. So that is for the crystals. Next, we're going to move on to jewelry. And I'm going to start with the necklace I'm wearing because that will save me from searching for it for the next 20 minutes. So this is a strawberry quartz pendant. Probably can't see it too well from here. But strawberry quartz is good. I mean, there's so many different types of quartz. And a lot of times maybe it's called, pink quartz or red quartz or something. Well, no, pink quartz is different. Pink quartz is a little paler. Or that's rose quartz, I'm sorry. But this is good for joy and love. It's protection. It's associated with the root chakra and past life recall. So that is one of the necklaces. And that I also got at Handmade Mystic. And sorry, my other necklaces decided to tangle up. All right, we're going to show them back to back because I'm going to untangle them there. So this I also got Handmade Mystic. It is the symbol on that is Shoku Rei, which is the Reiki power symbol. Down the middle, I got that Mystic. All right, and then this is not going to do it justice. Like Seraphinite is so beautiful. There we go. And that is also stone. It's named for the Seraphim class of angels. And it's good for spiritual communication, being whole, like wholeness, like feeling whole, especially if you're feeling fragmented. It's good for energetic attunement and healing on all levels, like talk about spiritual, emotional, physical, etc. So, and this also, Seraphinite, I believe, also comes from Russia. So there we go. We untangled our necklaces and then proceeded to drop them on the floor. And mess up the necklace we're wearing. There we go. There we go. I don't know that the Shoku Rei necklace I'm going to wear or if I'm going to hang it somewhere. So that's the jewelry bits. Next one, we are going to go into the books and things of that nature. And I don't have these in any particular order other than how they stacked well in a pile without causing an avalanche. So the first book I have is the Daemonolater's Book of Foundational Correspondences by S. Connolly with J.C. DeCasseri. So I wasn't as familiar with this one as some of her other work, but I decided to pick it up. It's got a lot. It's a really good reference for, going into the elements, seasons, days of the week, color, directions, planetary, astrological, numerological. And it's got some for metals, stones, and plants, tarot as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to give this a read. I love her work. I picked up a lot of it recently, which you'll probably see as I'm going through this. Let's see. I need to pull these out in a different order. All right. Here we go. All right. This is actually from a subscription service. I was talking before I got the Law of Attraction crystals, the Ritual Society. They sell a lot of cool, they have some subscription stuff, like they have the Sabbath workbooks. This is just the monthly workbook. A lot of it has to do with astrological and planetary influences. And it gives you, what I like about this sometimes is I have to tell you, like, running the business takes up a lot of my time. Creating content takes up a lot of my time. Doing the social media marketing and everything takes up a lot of time. So when it comes to ritual planning, it's usually like, oh shit, I got to do something. So this gives you, I had a subscription to it earlier this year. I just kind of paused it while I was dealing with the whole moving thing. So the way it's set up, I really like it. It's not terribly expensive. I mean, if you sign up for the monthly subscription for it, it's like maybe under $15 a month. It kind of tells you like what the important, Mercury retrograde Are we in Mercury retrograde? If we're in Mercury retrograde and I didn't know it, that's something. Because Mercury retrograde, but it says November 25th, Mercury entered the retrograde zone, shadow zone. So, I guess we're in Mercury retrograde. Weird. Normally that shit hits me like out of nowhere. But anyways, Stations Direct, December 13th. So it'll tell you like the different transitions and stuff. That's kind of Mercury. What's going on with Venus. It'll give you like, a tarot card of the month. So for this month, it's Temperance. Gives you crystals for the zodiac side. So the crystals for Sagittarius. And, kind of talking about, the Sagittarius astrological sign. And then here's a Chariot card spell for New Year's resolutions. So it gives you all the information you need, what you'll need for that little spell. Then it kind of goes into the new moon in Sagittarius. It gives you a little about what that is. And then it gives you another ritual for that. And these are all simple rituals. Like this one, Breath of Fire is based upon the breathing exercises in Kundalini yoga. Breath of Fire is no joke. And Kundalini yoga is intense. I used to do that a lot back. God, that was... Oh, God. 15, 16 plus years ago. I think that's how I had my like Kundalini awakening and all of that. But there was one, I know exactly. Sorry, story time with Auntie Jen. It was September 9th, 2009. So it was 999 was the date. So, and I happened to be going to a Kundalini yoga class, and the teacher for this decided every single pose was going to be held for 9 minutes. Do the Breath of Fire for 9 minutes and tell me how you feel. Yeah, holding any pose for 9 minutes is no, like, there were times where I'm like, I'm going to pass out, puke, and start crying. And she's like, yep, that will happen. She's like, I've had people do that before. I'm like, fun. So anyways, story time over. I'll also give you like a little 5-card tarot spread for the month. And you get a little note section. Talks about winter solstice. Then kind of going into the sun in Capricorn and then the full moon in Cancer. Gives you another little ritual for the full moon, another tarot spread. So a lot of this is around full moon, new moon, and other planetary transitions. I really like it. It gives you some yoga postures if you're into yoga for that month. And like mudras, which are the hand signs, also gives you the runes for the month. I don't know a whole lot about runes, but it's really cool. I also did sign up for the Sabbath one. So you'll get, for each of the 8 Sabbats, you'll get a similar workbook. So I'll probably show that next month because I haven't gotten the one for winter solstice yet. So anyways, I highly recommend it. I like stuff like that because it just kind of, if I'm not thinking about doing a ritual, but I have this, I can kind of like, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's the full moon. I should do something. Oh yeah, this planet's doing, in some kind of, there's an eclipse or this is in retrograde or this is in some kind of, transition that I can do something surrounding that. And I do things my own way. I mean, this is, but it helps me because I don't always have time to sit down and be like, I need to do a ritual because it's the full moon. And I think it just was the full moon. Anyways, so the next book I picked up, I also got this from the Ritual Society. It may be available elsewhere, but this is Manifestation Magic, 21 Ritual Spells, Amulets for Abundance, Prosperity, and Wealth by Elhoim Leafar. So I've not started reading this yet, but seems like mentioned Astarte, so that's nice. It's got a lot. I saw some visualization exercises. So I've been working a lot more with manifestation magic, and I know that's like hippy dippy, woo woo, new age buzzword, but I gotta tell you, manifestation really does work, especially working in that realm for manifestation. So, Next up, I picked up Sigilum, Diaboli, A Complete Guide to Divining with Demonic Sigils by S. Connolly. I picked up this book because I want to get more familiar with it. I actually made a custom incense for a client that was based on the divining incense from this. But I love her work. I love how much it's approached in a way that is accessible for any skill level and any, if you want to spend $1,000 on a ritual, or you don't want to spend anything and you're just going with what you have in your house, excellent work. Because sometimes that can be daunting when, you're looking at these rituals in books and you're like, I don't know where I'm going to get 42 alligator heads for this, but anyways. Also, as I mentioned, and a plug for that, I'm working on a Goetia pathworking video series, and the last 3 books I got also from S. Connolly. Hi! I sound like a total fangirl. But anyways, she's great. Love her to death. Is the Jen can talk. Daemonaltry, Goetia. I actually just finished reading this. It's a really good way to approach the Goetia from... in modern terms. I mentioned, in the video about how I don't like working the Goetic rituals from the actual Goetia. I just don't like the idea of threatening the demonic divine. And even other ones are just like, the Grand Grimoire and Grimoire Verum. Like, I just don't like the rituals in them. I mean, if you're a traditionalist or a ceremonial magician, knock yourself out. It doesn't work for me. Magic is finding about what works for you, and her work is really geared towards that. So this is one of the books I'm using for that. And also she has the 76-week Goetia, which is a great book if you really want to get into pathworking through the Goetic demons. It's a 76-week Goetia. So 76 weeks. Now you're asking why are this 76 instead of 72? She also includes the 4 elementals in there as well. So like for each week, you have a different spirit you work with, and each day is a different thing, whether it's meditation, a writing exercise, dream work, invocations, and creating a spell or ritual. So I'm going to be working through this. And in addition to that, she also has the Goetia workbook. So what you'll find then is, basically the whole workbook for each of the spirits that you can write all your stuff down in. Oh, there's one more thing here. Sorry. It's not actually a book, and I'm sorry I'm moving things because I'm about to have a landslide and I don't want to break expensive and delicate crystals. Okay. We survived. Kind of. So this I picked up. I haven't actually looked at it yet. So, hey, we're going to have an unboxing. This is Pendulum's The Complete Divination Kit. I started doing more. One of the recent services I added to the website was pendulum readings. Now, I have my pendulums somewhere. That's taped. I need a scissors or something pointy to cut through the tape. Make note, do this beforehand next time. Or maybe it maybe comes off. So anyways, I'll just babble while I'm trying to get this open. So I've been doing more pendulum readings. I have pendulums. I have a resin one that is, it's a resin cast of Wolfsbane, and I have one that is just a glass sort of pendulum tube that I put like tiny pieces of Moldavite and Herkimer diamonds in. That one I use the most. And then I have a nice pendulum board. I have it in here. So that's usually what I use. I just kind of got this for more, I don't know, just to check it out. Does it come with a pendulum? That's the question. Oh, it does. How nice. Let's see what kind of pendulum it comes with. Oh, that's cute. And I can't break it. I have to buy pendulums that there are minimal chances of me breaking. This is just a little sort of probably brass or copper pendulum. I had a Snowflake Obsidian pendulum. I went to go use it and the tip was broken. And then I bought a labradorite pendulum to replace it and dropped it, getting it out of the bag, and broke the tip off that. So we cannot have crystal pendulums like that because I will break them. I've been coveting the Moldavite one from the Moldavite family for a long time, but I don't know that I want to spend like $1,000 on a pendulum. So what else does this come with? So we have the pendulum. There's different cards, and sorry, it's a little glare. So there's different cards with it, also in plastic wrap that I did not take off. And then there's the book, for the pendulums, the complete divination set. Ooh, it's got the history of pendulums, talking about how pendulum and dowsing works. I do actually have dowsing rods. I like those too sometimes for, I mean, again, they're very yes-no based answers. But sometimes it's good to have use it as like a confirmation for things. So yeah, it's just kind of going through different aspects. I mean, a lot of it with pendulums, you have to know how to ask the question to get the appropriate answer. You can't be like, which guy am I going to end up with? Well, which one? Am I going to end up with Joe? Yes or no? Am I going to end up with Steve? Yes or no? So that's the last of that part. And in random things I picked up, I have an IKEA credit card because I'm pointing on screen. I had to buy a lot of shelving, so got a credit card for that. And yay, I get cash back. So I had like $30 worth of credits. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to buy on IKEA, but anyways, got some jars. I use jars like this sometimes to make crystal essences. I also got a larger size one. I got, I think, 3 of this one, 4 of that one, or something like that. I will use these to make like crystal essences. So what I do with that, some crystals can go directly into water, and some you have to use an indirect method. So for the indirect method, I would put something inside the jar that had the crystal in it, or if it was just a very small crystal, like a test tube or another little jar, something like that. You charge it in sunlight, and you do other stuff with it too. So got some more jars to make some crystal essences, and then I still had more money to spend, so I bought some IKEA candles. So I just got 2 of these red pillar candles, and then I got some, I don't know what, Stortzcone. I got some burgundy tea lights and some green tea lights, presumably outside of the obvious Christmas kind of color scheme. I got the green ones mostly for doing like money magic. And I think that is all I got from IKEA for that. That was just a random, like, well, I've got $30, and I just had to pay shipping at that point. So lastly, what I want to show, I have them behind me because glass breakable antique stuff. One of the things I absolutely love, I have a ton of it around, is I use a lot of vintage glass. And I use it, something like this, like for offering bowls. I'll get into some of the different types. It's as well as random things. Like I use it on my altars. I use it cat entertainment. For all sorts of different things. Like even some of like the Cape Cod Avon glass I have, you can't see it, it's on the other side of the workstation. Like I use it to hold utensils and stuff. So I use them for a lot of different things. I actually have a little bit of a painted guy. I have a vase and stuff behind or a sort of, almost looks like an urn behind my computer. But yeah, like I love vintage glass. So if you're looking for something to like decorate your altars or add some pizzazz to your house, the best place you're going to find, there are resellers for vintage glass. It is going to be marked up as such because, pro tip, they actually know the worth of it, and some of it is worth quite a lot. Now, all of what I got, and I spent on all these pieces, a combination of, I spent $36. you probably might be able to get one of these for $36. This was a 4-piece set. This is the blue Carnival glass. I think Carnival glass is probably my favorite out of all of it. It's got this really beautiful iridescent sheen. The most common, I'll show you another piece of it, is the marigold, which is the orange one. According to my friend, she'd been looking for these for 35 years. I have some purple ones, and I've got a couple green ones too. But it's got that iridescent sheen to it. So, I mean, they're really beautiful. I don't know the full history of it. I'm still learning about vintage glass, but I love it. One thing to keep in mind with some of the vintage glass, especially the Carnival glass, and if you have any uranium glass, definitely probably do not put this through the dishwasher. This is like hand wash very delicately. I don't know what the a particular name of this type of glass is. My friend told me, and I presume I completely forgot. This is another blue glass. I got them to kind of go with these ones. So I got 3 of the set was 3. A lot of times you're going to get random numbers of sets based on who had what left and where. Sorry, I am all turned around, but you know, look at the back of my chair that's been scratched to shit by my asshole cats. So this was a cute, let me spin around. This was a cute, this is the green Carnival glass. This is like a little like sugar and creamer set. But I like this idea. I mean, you could use these for offering. Like this could be a great offering bowl for like herbs or anything like that. This I would almost even use in like ritual for, you put like an oil or a wine, to pour something from. Very cute, very green. I'm going to grab the bigger piece. I don't know particularly what kind this is. This is a glass pitcher I got. I love the color on it. This I would actually probably use to put like as a vase for flowers, despite the fact it's actually a pitcher. And last but not least, final 2 pieces. Oops, got some schmutz on this because it was sitting by the sink. This, I forget the type of this. I do have a glass that matches this over there, but I'm going to use this. It's neat because it's got these little sort of like divots. It's flat on the top though, except for the little lip. But I am actually probably going to use this to do like a crystal grid in because I like the way that those are kind of delineated. And I need to wash that off. That's just like a serving kind of platter. Again, that's something, I mean, you could use that for like doing like a candle magic type thing on that, kind of contains all your stuff in one little place. And then this is the marigold Carnival glass. I actually have a smaller piece like this and possibly a teacup. I think I have a teacup. I had another teacup, but it broke. But this is, that iridescent sheen is so beautiful. But I mean, this again, you could use as like an offering bowl or, to put some of your, crystal tumbles in, things like that. So, yeah, I think that was it. I mean, outside of my random Michael's holiday or Halloween clearance bin haul and some random Christmas ornaments I got from a Christmas tree. Anyways, that is all for your December 2023 Witchy haul. I hope you enjoy. I will be back again next month with all the stuff that I ordered that is on its way to me right now over the holidays, and any gifts I get, or I buy a lot of gifts myself. That's just, So, yeah, if there's anything you'd like to see, I like to show these off to give you ideas for, or at least a little quick TLDR review of something like this book is awesome. Because I will tell you if a book sucks. Like, this book should be toilet paper. But, to give you kind of ideas for, how to use things, different types of materials and stuff, because there's so much in our world that we can use. And maybe this comes off as some kind of capitalist, consumerist, not direct, but you know what? I like stuff. Sorry, I like shiny things. Anywho. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Follow us on social media so you get some notifications because everything, as my grandmother would say, is behunzt. maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just start cursing in other languages to avoid, maybe the YouTube shadow banning. And sign up for our e-newsletter so you get all of our updates, including sales and whatnot. So anyways, thank you for watching. Love you all.